If you're after landlords and property investors in your area, then I want to share with you a step-by-step process on how we take someone who doesn't know us to actually having a conversation with us in the most effective way. So, yeah, stay tuned to me on this video. And if obviously if you're watching this on my YouTube and you like sort of lead generation, or you need lead generation in your agency, then give me uh, a subscribe and a thumbs up on this video, or however you want to engage. Just show me some love. If you've got any questions about it, then obviously drop it in the comment below and I'll do my best to answer that for you. But it's not rocket science. Everyone's coming up with the new latest thing. It's very, very simple. We want to have conversations with potential landlords, and the tricky thing about landlords is that they don't often live in the area where we trade. They're often, in the UK, for instance, scattered all over the UK, or we've had landlords across the world. So it's difficult to get them. So how do we do it using YouTube? Well, the beautiful thing about YouTube is it's owned by Google. Okay, and we got this formula that I'm going to take you through right now. So. Um, so what we do is and this is pretty much a standard template now that we use, and it's pretty much productized from an agency's point of view. We obviously have a list of landlord websites, such as buy-to-let mortgages, landlord zone, and other landlord relevant websites. And what we do then, so that's step one, so that's that one done. So we identify landlord websites, even right through to compliance websites, insurance websites, buy-to-let mortgage advice websites just for landlords. We then create what is called a custom audience in Google, because of the way we run YouTube advertising is through Google Ads. Okay, obviously YouTube is the second biggest search engine on the planet. I'm not going to go through the stats. If you haven't already heard about this little website, then where have you been? You're probably not watching this video, for instance. You're probably waiting for the paperback. But anyway, we create a custom audience within Google, which is why we're um, oh, go away, Paul. um, get your notifications. So anyway, so yeah, we create this custom audience to basically tell Google who to show our ads to, who to show this video content to, and then what we do, which is the hardest part really, it's all about the creating the content. Getting the agent on camera is a challenge. I don't know why, because obviously we all like to press the flesh, so to speak, and sort of we are people naturally, especially on the valuation side. We like to go out and actually meet people. But what we do is we create um, a little bit of content, and I'm not going to go into it right here, the framework of the content, but essentially we have a 2 minute video. That's the sort of maximum that people will stick around to, and these have got this one piece of content has got three hooks, three starting points, and as Chris Watkins says, and anyone who knows about video, it's not about it's Pete Butler here from Pete Butler Estates. At that point, they've gone, they've scrolled, they've skipped, whatever they've done. They've skipped. This is all about, are you a landlord in X street or X area? And are you having these problems? We give one problem per hook. And then what happens basically, we create three hooks. So three starting points. Okay. This is, the pattern interrupt, or the question that opens hopefully with an open question, not a closed question. So we open it with a hook. First 5 seconds is very important with YouTube ads, because we've got that. These are usually in-stream ads i.e. where you can press skip on the video. If you haven't watched it, then you're probably not watching this video if you haven't seen it. But these are very powerful because we get 30 seconds really to educate the landlord. Sorry, I'm always talking about homeowners, landlords, about content that's going to interest them. Okay, giving them some little nuggets, and then obviously that's the content piece. Then the call to action is click the link below, and then you know download the guide, or take a survey, see whether you can apply for this grant, or whatever it may be, or maybe some kind of value added content. So three hooks, one piece of content, one call to action. And then what we do is we've got them free videos, all with the same content, all with the same call to action, just different hooks, different, essentially 5 seconds at the front, because we're going to test those front loaded videos, or front call to actions, or hooks. Sorry, hooks. to see which one wins. So, what's the main pain points that the landlords are facing, especially when they're self-managing? There's almost 200 pieces of legislation that could probably, cost them a fortune if they get one piece wrong. We've got a really good YouTube video at the moment where the landlord goes through a self-managed case study of how the landlord got like £50,000 worth of fines just by not doing these simple things. That's working really really well at the moment. A bit of sort of stoking the pain. You know, what's the cost of a letting agent versus the cost of a fine, or if not custodial sentence, that sort of thing. So got to be a bit hard hitting and a bit, you know, but at the same time, if no one's compliant, then they can't let out a property, which is obviously cost them a fortune, and lack of pension and all that sort of jazz. Then we've already created this now. So this is a landing page. Well, there's essentially three landing pages depending on the hook that we're using. So the free hooks. Um, the landing page has to be relevant to the hook. I.e., there's 3 pain points. We've got to have a landing page for each pain point that solves that problem. And now, essentially, between me and you, they're all the same page. It's just different headlines on the page. So it's, from a tech point of view, it's one landing page, but with dynamic um, dynamic headline insertion, basically, or hook headline that solves a problem. Then, once that person's filled out the information on the page, or maybe not the bounce, they might start seeing us on social media and so on and so forth. So that's cool. So this is where we call the decision tree now. So this decision tree effectively will either qualify people in or qualify people out, which is good. You know, not having the pain of actually trawling through Gumtree, which is what I used to do, and newspapers looking for landlords. YouTube is essentially can do that for you. It can, basically get your message right in front of somebody when they're, looking at remortgaging their buy to let, or they're looking at, insurance and that sort of thing. So obviously they're a landlord because they're on that website. Now we're just basically knocking their door, getting in front of them when they're watching some content on YouTube. Whatever content it is, it might be property related, it might not be. Um, it won't be games or fun, kids sort of family content. It will be educational content. So, and then we've got two options here from the decision tree. We've got they either go down the route of not quite our ideal client. Um, there'll be, depending on the questions that are in the survey, which again is all templated and pretty much done. Um, we send them regular content, so they're going to a long nurture journey with not promotional content about let your property for free, all that sort of stuff. We've got to charge a decent fee for this, monthly, sort of percentage or whatever. But giving market updates and conditions and local information about what's happening in the local area. Now, obviously, certain areas are, you know, um, are from the layman quite interesting, but from an agent's point of view, very boring. So we don't want to talk about it. But the most obviously after the weather, the content about the property market is hot to trot. Hence the reason why when it's a news day, then they'll the newspapers splash a load of headlines around the internet. But anyway, or in press. The good stuff, the good quality leads go through to an AI chatbot using ChatGPT and a conversational AI, which basically goes, "Hi, it's XYZ estate agents here. Letting agent, seeing that you filled out our form, you know, when would be? It seems like we could potentially help you let out these properties, or help you with HMOs, or something specific." Then we get them to say basically self qualify by engaging with the bot or our team essentially in a nice professional manner. But it's all about getting that appointment, and then obviously then hopefully the dream is then to basically either request a call back, then obviously you get instant notifications, and so on and so forth. But a bit long content today. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, let me know. If you are again watching this on my YouTube channel or LinkedIn, then this is applicable to not just property. This is, we can do it against any sector. So if you're not a letting agent or an estate agent, you could, if you've got an industry sector, insurance, websites, compliance, networks, associations, anything like that, then you can do the same for your agency. So or your business, sorry. So yeah, again, hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, let me know. Speak to you soon. Take care now.